1. Definition and scope of labor. Relations. Labor relations refers to the systematic management of relationships between employers, employees, and their representatives, including trade unions, within the workplace. It encompasses policies, procedures, and practices designed to manage employment terms, resolve conflicts, and foster cooperative industrial environments. Scope: employee-employer interactions, trade union recognition and participation, collective bargaining processes, conflict prevention and resolution, compliance with labor laws and industrial regulations. 2. Historical evolution of labor relations, industrial revolution, emergence of organized labor movements to address poor working conditions, low wages, and long hours. Trade union development, formation of labor unions, advocating for workers' rights, collective agreements, and social protections. Post-war labor movements, institutionalization of labor relations frameworks, and introduction of collective bargaining legislation. Modern era, globalization, technology, and workforce diversification have reshaped labor relations, requiring adaptive and strategic approaches. Key insight: understanding history provides context for current labor relations practices and the role of unions and collective bargaining in promoting equity and industrial peace. 3. Theoretical frameworks of labor relations, unitarist perspective. Views the organization as a harmonious entity with shared goals. Conflict is seen as abnormal and resulting from poor communication or mismanagement. Pluralist perspective recognizes the legitimacy of multiple interests within the workplace. Conflict is inevitable. Collective bargaining and negotiation are necessary for resolution. Marxist/radical perspective emphasizes power imbalances and structural inequalities between labor and capital. Conflict is inherent. Labor unions are a mechanism to balance power and challenge exploitation. Key insight: theoretical frameworks guide the approach to managing disputes, negotiating agreements, and designing labor policies. 4. Stakeholders in labor relations. Employees seek fair compensation, safe working conditions, and career growth opportunities. Employers/management aim for productivity, profitability, and organizational stability. Trade unions represent employee interests, negotiate collective agreements, and protect rights. Government and regulatory bodies enforce labor laws, mediate disputes, and promote industrial peace. Professional associations and NGOs influence labor standards, ethics, and compliance practices. Key insight: effective labor relations require balancing the interests of all stakeholders through communication, negotiation, and policy frameworks. 5. Introduction to collective bargaining. Definition: collective bargaining is a process of negotiation between employers and employees' representatives to determine terms and conditions of employment, including wages, working hours, benefits, and dispute resolution mechanisms. Purpose: promote industrial harmony and prevent conflicts, ensure fair treatment and equitable compensation, enhance employee engagement and productivity. Key elements: negotiation, preparation, and strategy, interest-based versus positional bargaining, agreement formulation and enforcement. Key insight: collective bargaining is a critical tool for achieving mutual gains and sustaining long-term organizational stability. 6th, contemporary challenges in labor relations, technological disruptions and automation, globalization and cross-border labor dynamics, workforce diversity and generational differences, legal compliance and ethical considerations, balancing organizational efficiency with employee satisfaction. Key insight: modern labor relations professionals must be strategically agile, culturally aware, and legally competent to manage evolving workplace dynamics.